Easy Cadet up next here at Shenington, but before that, Martin caught up earlier with the new driver coach for the series, rising star in motorsport, Toby Sager.
What's your involvement originally with the Easykart?
Originally off, I started as a driver, same as most of the other people here. Back in 2010, it started off as a junior, first season in juniors, and haven't looked back since. And
what did you achieve in that?
Initially, we started off aiming just to get experience and build up an aim for the wins at the end of the season, but we actually ended up winning the championship in the first year, which was quite an achievement for us. And then we carried on back in 2011 to try and protect our title, and we managed to do that as well. So it's been fantastic 2 years in Easykart.
And how easy was it to sort of get involved in Easykart? What was it like being in the paddock?
It's a very friendly paddock. It's totally different to all the other scenes you can be involved in. People help out. It's a friendly scene. Andy has a lot of help, and he's actually a really good help for the drivers. He's involved in every aspect. So it's fantastic that we've got support from him in this scene.
And tell me a little bit about sort of where you're at now, sort of where has being an Easykart sort of led you to be?
At the moment we're looking at Auto GP, which is it's high thought of in the car world, and to be honest, the racecraft has come from a lot of Easykart. Everyone's on the same kit, so it makes it a lot tougher to stick out and be ahead of the field. But I mean, again, it teaches you racecraft, always fighting, always trying to get that edge. And again, as I said, every driver is really friendly, and it's always good to have a nice atmosphere as well as racing.
And what's your role here this weekend? Sort of, why are you here?
Andy's asked me to become a driver coach for some drivers throughout the season, and I thought it'd be a fantastic opportunity. One, to come back into the environment of Easykart, which I loved, know lots of people as well, good friends, and it helps me learn how to train drivers, which is always a benefit, seeing as I'm now an ARDS instructor.
What would you say to any new drivers thinking about joining Easykart or taking part in the championship? What would you say to those people?
Definitely give it a thorough looking at. Fantastic championship and definitely worth a look.
Genuinely a future F1 star in Toby Sager there, and it all started here in Easykart. Let's look at the cadet grid. Ewan Johnson and Harry Graham with Georgie Anker and Joe Sheppy. Gray and Edgerton with Harvey, Evans, Reed and Lilly rounding up the top 10. Keeping on 17th place, it's the number 4, Tyrone Stansfield. We talked about him a lot in part 1 as a potential champion of this, but he's had problems in the pre-final. He starts down at the back, so that's going to be interesting to watch his progress. How far up the field can he go? Up to the front comes Ewan Johnson from the pole position, and number 5 is in charge at the moment. Ewan Johnson leads the way then, pole position, currently leading. Anker's looking on the inside though. Georgie Anker makes the move. Very nice, through Stratford Hairpin for the first time. And is everybody going to get through? Okay, no, it looks like someone caught out. That's Morgan Root. Who was it that tagged him on the inside? That might have been the 75 of Oliver Hunt, just getting a little bit too close on the inside apex. And it looked like Tyrone Stansfield just got away from that one. Yes, he's made up 3 places already. So from the back of the grid, he's now up into, I make that 14th, 15th position. Georgie Anker out in front. Romford in Essex, started P3, now leading, but only just. Ewan Johnson right on the tail. And in 3rd position, the number 9 at the moment of Harry Graham. Looking to the inside line. Here comes Ewan Johnson to defend. Oh, it's very close indeed between Anker and Johnson. Trying to get the undercut on the exit of Cafe Corner. I think that's the move done. As they go down towards Stratford Hairpin, they're still side by side, but he slots into 2nd position there, Ewan Johnson. Watch out though, here comes the 9. Oh, very close indeed for Harry Graham. Almost made the move through into the lead. Young man from Leamington Spa, 12 years old, started P2, currently 3rd. So let's see if he can push his way through to the front once more. Looking down the order, Stansfield, well, he's dropped the guys he's already passed, but he hasn't really made much of an impression on the rest of the field yet. Dylan Reed, that is, in 4th position, I believe, in the 58, that is, of Joe Sheppy in 4th position. My apologies. So Sheppy now right on the tail of this group, trying to make his move on the 9 of Harry Graham. Round the outside, it's getting a lot more frenetic in the cadets than it was earlier on. So let's see how they all get through this Cafe Corner. A couple of drivers sliding wide. And Stansfield, well, he's still there or thereabouts, isn't he? But not a massive jump up the order yet. Once again, good defending from Georgie Anker, just holding Ewan Johnson at bay at the moment. Looking back to the scrap for 3rd position, and it is quite frenetic. Theo Edgerton in the 54, trying to move his way onto the back of the 50 of Christian Lilly. Looking back, oh, Stansfield's made up another place there. So he's got past Freddie Bates, so that's one more position. I think that's got to be 13th place at the moment then. Once again, Sheppy has a look round the outside of the 9 of Harry Graham as Anker and Johnson continue to scrap for the lead. These 4 battling for victory in this first final of the season. And it couldn't really be a better setting for it, could it? The Shenington circuit really displaying some great overtakes. As once again, side by side, Johnson and Anker having a great scrap. But Anker defends to the inside line of Cafe Corner. And Johnson tries once again to get the undercut as the 9-year-old Joe Sheppy has got himself right into the mix here in 4th position. Swerving around, trying to hold off the attentions of the 63, I think that is. Yep, Oliver Gray, but he's just lost 2 places in that one corner. Christian Lilly and the E-plate, George Evans, both getting past. And here comes Johnson, again having a look at Anker. And again, Georgie Anker in the 2, having to defend on the inside line there. Side by side again. This is fantastic. Just looking at Stansfield, up to 12th position, 2 seconds, and 3 wide. Oh, and it's getting too close for contact. 4 wide now. And up the inside comes Sheppy. Sheppy is taking the lead. I have never seen a kart race at Shenington where anybody has ever gone 4 wide. Look at it, Sheppy. He just goes from the left side of the circuit to the right, sees the opportune moment. Anker and Johnson have banged wheels, and Sheppy's just gone down the inside and said, cheers for the memories, guys. I'm into the lead. 4th position to 1st in one fell swoop. If I'd have lived to have been 1,000, I thought that'd never be possible. And now Sheppy's lost the lead again to Johnson. So he's got all that hard work, that fantastic opportunistic moment. He's down to 2nd place once more. So Sheppy are now having to attack Johnson, and that's just brought the rest of the field into play. We've got a huge train of karts. I think that's about 12 karts in the list. And Evans has come up to 5th position. He's making the move. Stansfield looks like he's made up a place or 2 as well. And again, Sheppy left out to dry this time on the outside line as Johnson hits the front once more. 2nd place is now the 9. So great work there from Harry Graham. But Sheppy back on the inside of Graham, trying to make the move into the 1st corner. He's not going to get that done. Oh my word, we really have toned up the dial in the 2nd race of the Easykart season. That's the gap between 1st and 10th, 1.1 seconds. That was not even the gap between 1st and 2nd in the previous junior race. This is absolutely incredible. And out in front, Johnson once again holds the lead. Graham 2nd, 3rd is Sheppy, 4th is the 2 of Georgie Anker. Through Bruno Ferrari chicane again. Johnson, Graham, Sheppy, Anker. Then it's Lilly, Gray, Evans, Edgerton, Reed, Stansfield up to 10th. Then Harvey, Humphreys and Bates. So a great scrap between the top 13 in this race. And once again, Sheppy having a look on the inside of Graham. Didn't quite manage to get the space. And look how close it is between the top 10. This is amazing. Stansfield starting slowly to make an impression. Not quite as quick as I'd have liked. Round the outside, surely this could be a chance for Sheppy. No, because Anker shuts the door. Graham shuts the door, I should say. 4th is Anker, still holding off the attention of the 50 of Christian Lilly in 5th position. Lilly having to defend as well from Gray, who's made a great comeback up to 6th position once again. In fact, he makes the move. Yes, indeed. Oh, no, sorry, that's Lilly making the move on Anker. It's very difficult to keep in touch with the way they're going at the moment. Oliver Gray, winner of the Win an Easykart competition for the 2015 season, and he's right up there at the front of the grid. Now, Tyrone Stansfield, he's got up 8 places so far, so he's up to 9th, the man from Braintree in Essex, my hometown. He's doing a great job, actually, keeping things going fairly rapidly at the moment. Perhaps not quite quick enough to go for the 1st position that he would have liked to start his season off in. So he could well get a good top 6 position here, but in this race, anything is possible. If we can have 4 karts going 4 wide at Hanger Corner, then anything is possible in this race. So through Cafe Corner once again, on the run towards Stratford Hairpin. Still Johnson, then Graham. Sheppy, 4th position now, Lilly. Here comes Graham. No, not quite. But that has that was a very clever move because it's put Johnson wide, and that's actually cost him a little bit of momentum. So for the next 3 or 4 corners, Johnson, while still leading, is going to have to pick up that rhythm and consistency once again. And it's an opportunity for the number 9, Graham, to get closer, but he hasn't seized it. And currently, Gray and Evans seem to be side by side a little further back, not quite able to get that closer together. Oh, getting close now. The top 7 have made a bit of a break of the rest of the pack, so it's these 7 that have got in charge, and it's the back of those. I think the back of those might be Stansfield in the 4. Yes, it is, and he's just swept around the outside of Oliver Gray for 6th position, so he is getting there. So Stansfield has moved up to 6th position now, so he is now a genuine threat to the leaders. If he can just keep this momentum going, It's Georgie Anker next. Remember, Anker was leading at one point, now down in 5th. That shows you how competitive this race is. Lilly goes a little bit wide there at the Stratford hairpin, but he picks it up before he loses 4th place. Stansfield round the outside of Anker off the hairpin. That is an amazing move from Stansfield and beats into the apex of the Bruno Ferrari chicane, and that's 5th position. Stansfield is flying. Great move there from Stansfield, and Georgie Anker must have had a heart attack in the kart there. He's mentioned Stansfield as a genuine threat for the championship earlier. He'd have thought starting 17th, he's out of the picture here at Shenington, and he's just got past him. How on earth is that possible, he'll be saying? Up the inside of Lilly now, making the move for 4th place. Here comes Stansfield, and the 2 leaders are battling. In fact, Sheppy's gone out wide. Stansfield's going to make the move for 3rd second. Amazing! How has Stansfield got into 2nd place in the space of 3 corners? That is absolutely stunning. And Stansfield, look, he's now signalling to the rest, come on, we can push him for the victory. All the others are going, wait a minute, you started 17th. What do you mean we can push for victory? Amazing driving from Stansfield, and he's now on the back of Johnson. And Johnson's heart skipped a beat when he looked behind him there, because he sees suddenly Stansfield. Honestly, they must have thought a tornado was coming and ripped apart the circuit and replanted it in a different order, because Stansfield is now genuinely a threat for victory here. Incredible driving from the young man from Braintree. Looking back down the order, just outside the top 10, I think this is, we've got Bates, Humphreys, Harvey, and the number 8 of Morgan Root having a nice little scrap. And here comes Stansfield round the outside of Johnson, the leader. Can he take the lead? He's done it! Fantastic! Tyrone Stansfield with 4 to go, hits the front. Talk about hard charger, 17th to 1st, and the race has still got 4 laps to go. 11. Oh, Johnson's not happy about it. Look, he wants the place back on the inside. Take that, Tyrone! And on the inside line, but he goes wide at Stratford hairpin. Tyrone read that situation perfectly. He went, right, you have the place. I'll get you back on the undercut. Nicely done. And Tyrone Stansfield still out in front. He only lost the lead for about 3 or 4 meters there. He knew this was his race to win. He's absolutely grabbed it with both hands here. Johnson, Graham in 3rd. 4th is now the 50 of Lilly. Not for long. Up the inside comes Sheppy. He wants a piece of this podium. Up to 4th place. Good move there from Sheppy. He gets him back nicely. Chasing after the top 3. That's Oliver Hunt just going through the picture, about to be lapped with 4 laps to go by a pack of 7. This could be significant, actually, because if Oliver Hunt is caught out at the wrong time here by this chasing pack, he could actually end up helping to decide the order of the race out front, and that's not a genuinely nice place to be. Look, Stansfield, not only has he got into the lead, he's actually got a tiny bit of a gap on the 5. He's managed to stretch out a slight advantage. Now, again, that's only about a kart length, but that's more than anybody else has been able to manage in this race so far. So Tyrone Stansfield might actually not only have the ability to get his way through the field, but actually pull away here. Makes the move on Hunt. And yeah, the number 5 has actually got held up here. Oh, that's very badly held up. And he's going to lose 2nd place if he's not careful. Oh, that was close. Ewan Johnson just saved his race there by making the move. That was pure instinct. He managed to get his way back on Hunt round the outside at Hanger Corner, but has put him in the clutches of Harry Graham in the 9, who's going to try and get that move done for 2nd place. Then Sheppy, then the 50 of Christian Lilly, and a nice little move there on the inside from the 54 of Theo Edgerton to move up another place. Still Graham having a look at Johnson. He's got a great chance here into the Stratford hairpin. Stansfield has got away from these 2. He stretched his legs and pulled out a gap. That is absolutely incredible. From 17th to 1st, and then see you all, I'm off. So Sheppy out in front of this little battle for 4th place now. Lilly is still trying to get the upper hand again for 4th position. And look at the gap Stansfield is pulling out. That is an absolutely incredible display from Tyrone Stansfield. He leads it, and he's got a gap. So 2nd place now. Still this battle between Johnson and Graham. Graham looks behind him, makes sure he's got enough space to go for a position. If he wants to take the position back, Cafe Corner might be the place he gets it done. And it's still a nice little battle. That's 76 Humphreys making the move on Harvey to get the place back again. Stansfield, he's leading. This is now a race for 2nd place. I never thought I'd have said that earlier on, but now it's a race for 2nd, as up the inside goes the 50 of Christian Lilly to get the place done on Sheppy. And Sheppy almost got him back on the undercut. He almost pulled the Tyrone Stansfield, but couldn't quite get the move done. 6th position, still the 2 of Georgie Anker, just in front of Oliver Gray. That's a surprise, actually, because Anker should be battling it out with Tyrone Stansfield at the front. Certainly, it was predicted that it would be these 2 fighting for victory, so there's got to be something amiss there with Anker's kart. He can't quite be in that position. I strained my voice there because Lily and Sheppy were going through Wilkins side by side, and now we've got side by side for second place, as back in his second goes Graham. He makes the move perfectly timed on the inside of Johnson, and now we've got a four-way scrap for fourth position. Look at Tyrone Stansfield. He's on a different planet out in front. And in second and third position, still this battle for Graham and Johnson for second place. Fourth position is a four-way tussle at the moment, and it could be anybody's. Oh, and we got a spin. That's Lily. Lily's been dropped from the pack, and through goes Theo Edgerton into seventh position. So it's now a three-way scrap. Anker desperately trying to hang on in front of the 58 of Sheppy for fourth position. So that's better than nothing at all, I suppose, from Georgie Anker. Fourth place will be better than sixth, but he'll be as dumbfounded as everybody else is about how beautifully driven this has been from Tyrone Stansfield. Two arms in the air. Well done, sir. And second place, just Graham in front of Ewan Johnson, with Georgie Anker just pipping Sheppy for fourth position. What an amazing race to get the 2015 season started. Gray ends up in sixth position ahead of Theo Edgerton, Morgan Root, who recovered valiantly for eighth place, Dylan Reed, and the E-plate George Evans rounding out the top 10. If the racing's going to be like that this season, I want more, please, sir. Fantastic.
That was quite a good race today. What was it like for you?
It's quite tough because I was winning for a bit, and then just Tyrone came out with nowhere, I guess, and then Harry just got past me, and then I stayed in third for the rest of the race.
It was a very exciting race with lots of battles, especially with Ewan, who came third. And I did lots of overtaking, and I need to say thanks to my family and sponsors.
In the pre-final, I had a lot of bad luck from my engine problems, and then thanks to my sponsors and my family, they managed to be able to fix it and get me through to first place and compete the top three.
And what was it like to get battling through the field?
It felt like, I don't know, it just felt like really, really happy, and I knew that my parents would be really, really proud of me.
So after an epic opening round of the season, Joe Sheppy is fifth in the points, just behind the final winner, Tyrone Stansfield. Georgie Anker lies third in the points, behind Ewan Johnson. And the championship leader so far by just 2 points, Harry Graham. Senior lights are up next.